I went into Disclosure Day tonight with genuinely high expectations. The online buzz, the endless speculation, and the obvious connection many people were making to the current disclosure conversation had me hoping for something more than just another sci-fi action movie. I was expecting a film willing to wrestle with some genuinely profound questions. Unfortunately, that's not what I got. My biggest issue isn't what the movie says, it's what it never even bothers to ask. From the very beginning, the film assumes that humans need some kind of external technology to perceive hidden entities, access other dimensions, or unlock abilities beyond ordinary reality. Fine, that's a valid sci-fi premise. But what if that's the wrong question? For me, the far more interesting possibility is that humans once possessed these abilities naturally and simply lost or forgot them over time. The film never seriously explores that idea. Instead, technology becomes a convenient plot device, and that's where a lot of the potential depth evaporates. What's particularly frustrating is how relevant this could have been to the current debate surrounding consciousness. Right now, there are serious discussions among neuroscientists, philosophers, physicists, and consciousness researchers about whether consciousness is actually produced by the brain or whether the brain is more like an interface, filter, or receiver for something much larger. Call it universal consciousness, call it the source, call it bleep, call it whatever you want. But imagine if Disclosure Day had the courage to explore that. What if the barrier between worlds isn't technological at all? What if the real disclosure isn't happening out there but inside human consciousness itself? That's the movie I wanted to see. Instead, every time the story approaches an interesting philosophical idea, it immediately swerves back into another chase scene. The characters don't help either. Relationships feel underdeveloped, motivations are often unclear, and people seem to possess critical knowledge simply because the plot requires them to. There are very few meaningful conversations about the implications of what's happening. Nobody seems particularly interested in the fact that their entire understanding of reality should be collapsing in real time. Then there's the acting. I don't like criticizing actors because they're working with the material they're given, but many performances felt surprisingly flat. Emotional moments rarely land. Dialogue often feels awkward, and several scenes that should have carried weight simply drift by. The production design didn't do much to save things either. Rather than evoking the sense of wonder of E.T., the scale of Independence Day, or even the atmosphere of modern sci-fi, parts of the film felt oddly low budget. At times it felt less like Spielberg and more like someone found an old box set of MacGyver and thought, let's add dimensions. Then there are the action scenes. My personal favorite involves the protagonist hiding behind a rock while several CIA agents stand only a few feet away and somehow fail to notice him. Apparently the most advanced stealth technology in the film isn't alien, it's geology. The frustrating part is that all the ingredients are there, hidden. Realities, alternate dimensions, consciousness, humanity's forgotten potential, the nature of existence itself. But instead of exploring those ideas, the film mostly uses them as wallpaper for a fairly standard action story. Final verdict: 4/10. Disclosure Day isn't disappointing because it provides answers I disagree with. It's disappointing because it never seems interested in asking the really interesting questions. For a movie called Disclosure Day, remarkably little is actually disclosed. The biggest revelation of the evening was learning that a medium-sized rock is apparently capable of defeating the CIA. Alien popcorn.